is the unfortunate circumstance you end up in where your biggest trading partner is also potentially your biggest military adversary.
Yeah, I think, a really wise thing for us as a nation to do would be to start looking at perhaps investing in the Commonwealth nations as trade partners. I think that would be a better way forward. I don't think that we should treat China like an enemy, so to speak. I think that would be very unwise. I think we can be civil. But, I just read this whole situation as scorned lover. I mean, Albanese got denied by Trump on multiple occasions, and maybe he's trying to play hard to get, and he's like trying to get
Go back
Trump.
to my ex.
So he's hiding in Shanghai.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
But I think,
What a great move.
I never loved you anyway, baby. No, I break up with you.
Albanese knows that Trump doesn't, he's not attracted to cowardice. And sadly, Albanese has that kind of world stage reputation. Whether he is or not is up for debate, but that's how he appears. And, maybe in some weird way, Albanese is kind of going, maybe there are other options for us moving forward, and maybe that will get the attention of Trump. I don't know.
The Liberals came up with his slogan, "It's never easy with Albanese."
It won't be easy under Albanese, and I think we've proven that to be true.
Well,
and I
true.
think every Australian household knows that that's true.
Yeah.
That it's not easy.
Remember, there's a hole in your bucket. Dear Labor, dear Labor. I won't do the whole thing.
No.
You'll go.
When you lose an election,
How about that
and
rap
then you
song?
turn up to the rap song.
I know, but Joe, you have a
win, hit after hit.
You have a
here's
direct
that
line
bullet
to the Prime
no, I
Minister.
haven't said that.
Is he going to be having tough conversations about the military with Xi Jinping and the Chinese Premier this week?
God, no. Why would you want to do that? You want to talk about the things that you have a positive relationship over, things like tourism, exactly what he's doing. No, you don't, because that is not a conversation Australia can have with China. And the idea that he's going to Beijing as some kind of payback for Trump having to go off and solve the Iran problem at the G7, these things, you can't. Like people say, oh, why doesn't Albo just pick up the phone and call Donald Trump? Or why doesn't Albo just, rock up to Washington and get a meeting of the office? It doesn't work that way. These things take weeks and weeks and weeks, if not longer, to organise. They are organised by an army of diplomats.
Well, Trump has been president since the 20th of January.
Yeah, and they were meant to have a meeting. They were meant to have a meeting at the G7.
Can we just stop referring to it as a meeting?
That was like a 15 minutes on the side.
Yes, it has to be a side. It has to be on the sidelines.
Because
we're not in the G7.
No, but everyone else has gone to the White House.
The G7 meetings are by G7 countries. It has to be on the
Stop
sidelines.
trying to be the Trump of the panel and yelling needlessly and incessantly. The reality is, almost in every other country that wants to have a relationship with the US, and many other countries, very small countries, have managed to get meetings in the Oval Office with the president. We were going to have a 15-minute on the sideline.
There's Ukraine. I can't think of that many others.
There was the
South
African
Africa,
one. What was the Congo? Was there? Thanks, Daz.
But were they in the Oval Office?
Yes, they were. And they had lovely pictures and signings and lots of agreements and lots of things they've announced. There's Keir Starmer, you've had the Canadians, you've had lots of other countries have managed to have those meetings, not Australia. And everyone needs to stop calling it, he had a meeting booked. He didn't have a meeting booked. He had
He did have a meeting
booked.
booked.
It was kind of like a half-assed Tinder date on the sidelines of the meeting.
It's binary.
So an organised meeting, an organised bilateral meeting between Anthony Albanese and Donald Trump at the G7 summit, of which Australia is not a member but got an invitation anyway. That is not a meeting. But Kevin Rudd bumping into him in the lobby of some hotel is?
Well, I never said that
what's
either.
A meeting?
No. I never said that either. But maybe it was a Tinder date. And Trump walked in and went, oh yeah, I'm not having coffee with that.
It absolutely was a scheduled meeting. And the problem is when something comes up and you have a potential World War III outbreak in the Middle East, and Trump, who'd been told not to go to the G7 in the first place, then says after the first day, you know what, I've actually got to get out and deal with this thing, then you have to reschedule that meeting. And other meetings that may have been scheduled that aren't.
And you know what?
It takes a long time.
He was meant to have other meetings on the sidelines of the G7 as well.
They all got cancelled.
And they all got a phone call.
They all got cancelled, but they all got a phone call.
Not us.
We'll talk later.
Not us.
Australia didn't. Anyway, I think we got the answer. It's all going to be love and roses and whatever this week with China. There are difficult conversations that have to be had. I just don't think they're willing to have them.